Imagine this. It is 3 a.m., the house is completely quiet, and then you hear it. Thump, thump, thump. I know exactly how exhausting and heartbreaking it is to watch your dog be so uncomfortable in their own skin. And I know how frustrating it is to go to the pet store, spend $80 on a tiny bottle of toxic chemical bug drops, or hundreds of dollars at the vet for allergy pills and steroid shots that only mask the problem for a few weeks before the itching comes raging back. But what if I told you that you don't need expensive pills and you don't need harsh, toxic pesticides to give your dog permanent relief? What if I told you that the secret to a perfectly healthy, itch-free, bug-proof dog is sitting right now inside your kitchen pantry and your refrigerator? If you saw the thumbnail of this video, you saw the promise. Today, I am going to show you exactly how adding just 1 teaspoon of natural kitchen ingredients can cure the itching, wipe out the yeast, and make your dog virtually invisible to fleas and ticks. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Tony Lee, your neighborhood veterinarian, and welcome back to the channel. In my clinic, skin allergies and parasite prevention are the absolute most common things pet parents ask me about. We are taught to just put a chemical drop on the back of their neck and give them a pill to suppress their immune system. But as a holistic-leaning vet, I believe in fixing the root cause. Now, I know a lot of you are dealing with obsessive paw licking. I actually just posted a whole video dedicated to my secret paw licking hacks. So if that is your dog's main struggle, definitely go check out that previous video after this. But in this video, we are going to focus entirely on full body skin itching, rashes, and exactly how to naturally prevent fleas and ticks. So today we are doing a complete masterclass on building your dog's health from the inside out. Grab a notebook because I am going to give you a simple, practical guide on how to stop the itching instantly on the outside, and then how to build natural bug armor and perfectly healthy skin on the inside. Let's start with step 1. Before we can fix the internal engine, we have to put out the fire. We have to give your dog immediate relief. When a dog is intensely itchy, their skin is quite literally on fire. It is inflamed, hot to the touch, and micro tears are forming from their nails scratching against it. We need to stop the itch cycle right now. If you look at your dog's skin and see bright red, angry, weeping circles, what we call hot spots, I want you to go into your kitchen and grab organic, cold-pressed, unrefined coconut oil. As you know from my other videos, coconut oil is nature's miracle. It is packed with lauric acid, which is a powerful natural antibacterial and antifungal. If your dog has a red, angry hotspot from chewing, simply take a small scoop of solid coconut oil on your fingers and gently massage it directly onto the raw skin. It instantly cools and soothes the itch, acts as a physical barrier to keep dirt out, and kills the surface bacteria that causes the redness. And if they lick it, it's perfectly fine because it is highly nutritious for them. But what if the problem isn't a hot spot? What if the problem is that unmistakable, dirty corn chip smell coming from their paws or their ears? My friends, if your dog's feet smell like corn chips, they do not have a standard allergy. They have a massive yeast infection. The yeast is called Malassezia. It thrives in the warm, moist spaces between their paw pads and deep inside their ear canals. The yeast causes intense, maddening itching, which is why your dog cannot stop chewing their feet. To kill yeast instantly, we use apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar completely alters the pH of your dog's skin, making it acidic. Yeast absolutely cannot survive in an acidic environment. You are going to take a small bowl and mix 50% apple cider vinegar with 50% warm water. Do not use it straight. Take a cotton ball, dip it in the mixture, and gently dab it between their toes or wipe the inside flap of their ear. If your dog is a compulsive paw licker, you can even put this 50-50 mixture into a small Tupperware container and physically dunk their paws into it for a paw soak. Let it air dry. However, please hear this vet warning. Do not use apple cider vinegar if your dog has chewed their paws until they are raw, open, or bleeding. Vinegar is an acid and it will sting horribly on an open wound. Only use this on intact, smelly, itchy skin. Now, what if your dog doesn't just have one hot spot? What if their entire body is red, flaky, and intensely itchy from rolling in the grass? For full body relief, we use a plain oatmeal bath. Do not go buy a $30 dog shampoo. Go to your pantry, grab plain, unsweetened breakfast oats, and put a cup of them into your blender or food processor. Grind it up until it is a super fine, powdery dust. This is called colloidal oatmeal. Draw a bath for your dog, but here is the critical secret. The water must be lukewarm to cool. Never use warm or hot water on an itchy dog. Heat draws blood to the surface of the skin and makes inflammation 10 times worse. Mix your oatmeal dust into the lukewarm water until it looks milky. Put your dog in and use a cup to pour that milky oatmeal water over their entire body. Let them soak in it for 10 solid minutes. Oatmeal binds to the skin and creates a protective film that physically sucks the heat and the inflammation right out of their tissues. When you take them out, just gently pat them dry with a towel. Do not rub them. You will see a calm, relaxed dog who finally gets a full night of sleep. And finally, for immediate relief, what if your dog is just licking out of habit or anxiety? Give them a frozen, large, raw carrot. Chewing releases endorphins in a dog's brain, which naturally relieves anxiety and boredom. By giving them a frozen carrot, it distracts their brain from the itch, satisfies their need to chew, and gives them a healthy dose of vitamin A. All right, so the fire's out. They have stopped scratching for tonight. Now we move to step 2. We are going to build a natural bug shield from the inside out to deal with fleas and ticks. Traditional flea and tick medications are incredibly effective, yes, but they are also potent neurotoxins. When you put a chemical drop on your dog's neck, that chemical enters their bloodstream. When a tick bites them, it drinks the toxic blood and dies. But as holistic pet parents, many of us ask, is it really safe for my dog's blood to be permanently toxic? If you want to go the natural route, we have to change the way your dog smells and tastes to parasites. We can make them an invisible, disgusting target for bugs. First, we make their blood taste terrible to insects. To do this, we add a tiny splash of that same apple cider vinegar we used earlier, or a tiny pinch of pure turmeric mixed with a little coconut oil right into their daily bowl of food. Both of these kitchen items slightly change the acidity and the flavor profile of the dog's blood. We can't taste it, and your dog won't care, but to a flea or a tick, it is like drinking sour, repulsive acid. If a bug does jump on your dog and takes a bite, it will immediately detach and drop right off because it cannot stomach the taste. Second, we can make your dog practically invisible. Ticks and fleas do not have great eyesight. They hunt by scent. They smell the natural CO2 and the lactic acid coming off your dog's skin. To block this, we use a miraculous supplement called brewer's yeast. Brewer's yeast is packed with B vitamins. When you sprinkle a half teaspoon of pure brewer's yeast powder over their dinner, it is absorbed into their body and slowly secreted outward through their skin and their sweat glands. It creates an invisible, odorless shield around your dog. You won't smell a thing, but to a mosquito, a flea, or a tick, your dog suddenly smells incredibly bitter and toxic. They will literally jump on your dog, get hit with the scent of the yeast, and jump right back off. You can also achieve a similar effect by sprinkling a tiny, tiny pinch of dried culinary rosemary into their food. But Dr. Tony, what if my dog already has a few fleas? How do we stop the life cycle? We have to kill the eggs and the worms. Here is a brilliant holistic remedy: pumpkin seeds. I don't mean the orange pumpkin puree. I mean raw, unsalted, whole pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds contain an amino acid called cucurbitin. This amino acid is a natural dewormer. It literally paralyzes parasites. If you grind up a spoonful of raw pumpkin seeds in a coffee grinder and sprinkle the dust over your dog's food, it processes through their digestive tract. It acts to paralyze internal worms, and as the dog's skin sheds naturally into their bedding, it creates an environment that flea larvae cannot survive in. It is absolutely phenomenal, and it is just a simple kitchen seed. So we've soothed the outside, and we've repelled the bugs. Now we must move to step 3, the long-term cure. My friends, if your dog is chronically itchy and suffering from year-round allergies, I need you to know this biological truth. Most itching does not start on the skin, it starts in the stomach. Many commercial dog foods are loaded with cheap, heavy carbohydrates like corn, wheat, and starchy potatoes. In a dog's body, those starches immediately convert into sugar. And what feeds yeast? What feeds bacteria? Sugar. When a dog eats a diet entirely made of dry, starchy kibble, their gut becomes unbalanced. This leads to something called leaky gut, where their immune system goes into a permanent state of high alert. Their body starts aggressively overreacting to completely normal things, like grass pollen or dust mites. And that allergic reaction manifests as severely itchy, red skin. If we want to cure the itch forever, we must fix the gut. To fix the stomach, you must introduce probiotics, good bacteria, into their daily diet. The absolute easiest way to do this is by adding a spoonful of plain, unsweetened milk kefir, plain yogurt, or 100% pure canned pumpkin puree to their dry food. These ingredients lay down a thick layer of healthy, protective bacteria inside their digestive tract. This calms the immune system down, stops the overreaction to allergies, and cuts off the food supply to that awful yeast that causes the corn chip smell. Now please listen closely, because this is a massive veterinary warning. If you go to the store to buy yogurt or kefir for your dog, you must read the ingredients on the back of the label. You are looking for one deadly ingredient, xylitol, or as it is sometimes renamed, birch sugar. Xylitol is a highly toxic artificial sweetener used in many sugar-free or quote-unquote diet yogurts. Even a microscopic amount will cause a dog's liver to fail. You must only buy 100% plain, unsweetened yogurt with 0 artificial sweeteners. All right, our final internal fix is exactly how you stop fleas from biting